Hi there. This week's episode includes discussions of death and may not be appropriate for all audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
Just Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there. I'm your host, Fondue.
I'm Cheesy.
This week's episode is one of our most terrifying. We're going to be talking about death and cheese.
Oh, no.
We're going to learn about a deadly e-coli outbreak. We're going to talk about a cheese smuggling ring, a man crushed by cheese, and a thwarted terror attack. We're going to find out about a very dangerous band.
Oh, no.
And of course, we're going to tell a very cheesy joke.
I love jokes.
Stay tuned for episode 156, Outbreak, on Just Cheesy the Podcast. This is your last warning.
Yep.
Most of the themes in this episode are not suitable for young listeners.
Nope.
Parental discretion is advised. We have another E. coli warning.
You gotta be kidding.
Nope, I'm not kidding. This time, it's at McDonald's.
McDonald's?
That's right. According to KTLA.com, McDonald's Quarter Pounders with cheese, sold at restaurants across the country, may have been contaminated with E. coli.
Ew.
The CDC says that at least 49 people have contracted E. coli.
Whoa.
10 have been hospitalized.
Oh, no.
1 has died.
Oh.
Most of the illnesses have been reported in Nebraska and Colorado.
Okay.
But the outbreak has been identified in 8 other states.
Whoa.
And they don't know which ingredient is contaminated.
Oh, no.
McDonald's stopped using fresh slivered onions and quarter-pound beef patties in several states while the investigation is ongoing.
And cheese?
It doesn't appear that cheese is one of the ingredients that they've stopped.
Phew.
For now, McDonald's Quarter Pounders will be temporarily removed from menus in select states.
Whoa.
Listeria has been a pretty popular outbreak this year.
Yeah, it has.
But there's been a lot of different listeria outbreaks in the past.
Oh, yeah.
According to localsyr.com, back in 2016 and 2017, there was a listeriosis outbreak in a local raw milk cheese manufacturer in New York.
Oh, no.
Volto of Volto Creamery LLC was sentenced in federal court in July of this year.
Whoa.
The listeria outbreak from the cheese produced by Volto in 2016 and 2017 resulted in the death of 2 people and the hospitalization of 8 others.
Oh, no.
Volto, he actually pled guilty to 1 misdemeanor count
Whoa.
of causing the introduction of adulterated food into interstate commerce back in March.
Oh.
And this was for the sale and distribution of raw cheese that contained the pathogen listeria.
Oh, no.
Volto got 3 years probation,
Oh, no.
was ordered to pay a $100,000 fine,
Whoa.
and had 240 hours of mandated community service.
Whoa.
Volto Creamery LLC is no longer in service.
Wow.
And was sentenced to a 1-year probation.
Probably good.
According to supermarketnews.com, Schnucks is actually changing their deli meat from Boar's Head to Dietz & Watson.
Whoa.
Boar's Head was responsible for the deadliest listeria outbreak in over a decade.
Whoa.
They actually had an outbreak that killed 10 people
Holy cow.
and hospitalized a lot more.
Whoa.
Boar's Head actually had a problem with their ham,
Oh, no.
their liverwurst,
Okay.
and some of their yellow American cheese.
Oh.
They also say here that a separate lawsuit filed on August 1st could turn into a class action suit.
Whoa.
The article says that the suit accuses Boar's Head of improperly, deceptively,
Oh, no.
and misleadingly labeling and marketing its products
Whoa.
by failing to communicate the full extent of the possible listeria contamination.
Oh, no.
7 million pounds of meat
Holy cow.
was recalled in July after it was linked to this listeria outbreak.
Ooh.
Boar's Head is not a sponsor,
No.
but someone else's ad will go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah.
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
They do?
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay.
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY,
Cheesy.
that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay. Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. Back in 2010, there was a scary outbreak.
Oh no.
According to foreignpolicy.com, feds busted a deadly cheese smuggling ring.
Oh no.
According to the article, feds found 4 shipments of cheese.
Ooh.
That totaled at least 170,000 pounds, valued at
Whoa.
$322,000.
Holy cow.
3 of the shipments contained Staff A,
Ew.
and the 4th had non-pasteurized cheese.
Oh no.
And apparently, this company was trying to run an elaborate scam to conceal tainted cheese.
Ew.
They had a large container that actually had cheese on the top, but the bottom of it had buckets of wastewater.
Ew.
And according to the article, a customer conducted an independent test of the cheese, found it to be contaminated with bacteria, and returned the product.
Okay.
But that cheese was then just simply repackaged and sold to other customers.
Oh no.
And sometimes it takes a really long time to figure out why your cheese is contaminated.
Oh.
According to news.northeastern.edu and cbsnews.com, there's a California cheesemaker linked to a deadly listeria outbreak, and they've been ordered to shut down.
Ooh.
The Modesto-based Rizzo Lopez Foods actually had its first listeria outbreak more than 10 years ago.
Holy cow.
26 people in 11 states were ill
Ooh.
because of this outbreak.
Oh no.
23 were hospitalized,
Oof.
and they had 2 fatalities.
Oh no.
One person died in 2017, the other in 2021.
Whoa.
But they didn't have enough information to identify a specific brand.
Whoa.
Then in January of this year, Hawaiian officials detected listeria again in a sample of Rizzo Brothers aged tortillas.
Jeez.
And this prompted a limited recall,
Yeah.
which was expanded to include more than 60 products sold nationwide.
Whoa.
And according to the news.northeastern.edu article, there were advances in science that allowed government officials to connect the dots.
Whoa.
There were advances in genetic testing.
Oh.
And they said in particular the whole genome sequencing.
Whoa.
The sequencing actually proved that all of the listeria food poisonings were part of the same family.
Wow.
Apparently, the listeria was found in the containers the products were stored in even before they were packaged.
What?
So every time a new product was going through the containers, it was being contaminated.
Oh no.
They say it's really hard to discover sources of listeria because people recover sometimes without going to the doctor.
Oh.
And because the symptoms can take up to 70 days to show up.
What?
They were saying that people would actually have to remember what they ate months ago.
Oh no.
And most of us can't remember what we ate yesterday.
Nope.
It isn't just bacteria that's dangerous about cheese.
Oh no.
Last August, there was an Italian farmer who was crushed by thousands of falling Parmesan-style cheese wheels.
Oh no.
According to NewYorkPost.com, the 74-year-old dairy farmer was killed in a freak accident when giant shelves holding 90-pound wheels of Grana Padano cheese suddenly buckled.
Holy cow.
They said he was using a machine to rotate and clean cheese wheels
Oh.
at various stages of ripening
Okay.
when one of the metal shelves caved and it created a domino effect.
Aw.
This storehouse was stocked with 25,000 cheese wheels.
Holy cow.
Thousands of 90-pound cheese wheels were arranged in stacks of 20.
Oh.
They tumbled to the ground
Oh, no.
from long, narrow shelves, some towering at least 33 feet high,
Oh, my.
and this buried him alive.
Aw.
Another employee was outside the warehouse at 9 o'clock local time, and he heard a loud noise and called for help.
Oh no.
Firefighters and police raced to the scene.
Oh yeah.
But it took them 12 hours to dig through the fallen cheese.
Aw.
They had to use canine dogs to find the farmer's body.
Aw.
They also had to find a place to salvage the cheese.
Oh yeah.
They had to work with climate-controlled warehouses of neighboring businesses
Whoa.
so that the cheese would not spoil in the summer heat.
Whoa.
The accident claimed the life of the farmer,
Aw.
and it caused $7.7 million in damages.
Whoa.
Did you know back in 2018, there was an operation codenamed Lethal Cheese?
Oh no.
According to independent.co.uk, there was a 10-month police surveillance operation.
Whoa.
This surveillance operation thwarted a plan by ISIS to carry out bomb attacks,
Oh no.
and they were using buckets of cheese.
What?
On 2 different occasions, explosives were sent hidden in cheese.
Oh no.
One had a device
Whoa.
that was sent by a taxi driver in a bucket of cheese.
Oh my.
And another explosive device was sent in Sanklish, a Lebanese cheese similar to feta.
Whoa.
Thankfully, neither of the attempts were successful.
Yeah.
We have a link in our show notes to something called dangerous cheese merch cheese.creatorspring.com.
Oh no.
There is an 80s tribute pop and rock band called Dangerous Cheese.
Aw.
They have a really cute website that has their merch.
Yeah.
It's got t-shirts and pillows and mugs and sandals that you can buy.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
Okay, what is Cheese's plan during an outbreak?
I don't know.
To stay cultured.
That's almost appropriate.
Oh, I know. It was almost appropriate and a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to Just Cheesy the Podcast, episode 156, Outbreak.
Thank you.
Don't be brave in the face of a recall.
Nope.
If you hear of any items that need to be disposed, please do so.
So that you can stay cheesy, everybody.